Let's take a look what we got. Oh, I'll put this up and then walk away. I'll be back in a second, guys. All right, chat, we're back. Let's take a look around. So, what sticks out as particularly strong? What does this dude do? 3 white other creatures. I've never seen this dude before. All right. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 for 3 white. 3 white's quite a commitment this early. There's just solid 4 mana removal. Like, that's not bad. This card is okay. Yeah, I guess if we got some like token nightmare deck going, this would be pretty good. That's so much white mana to start with. I don't think I can walk away from an Eviscerate. I would love to play this card because I haven't played it yet, but it's up against just straight up 4 mana kill something. All right, problem solved. What does Urza's Tome do? Oh, it's like a particularly bad version of the fucking encyclopedia from the next version. Sure, I'm not touching that. See, that would have been our next pick if we had picked the white one. Chain Whirler's in here. Chain Whirler's really good too for 3 red. Card's pretty sick. Sphinx is pretty damn sick too. Triple red. Can't do triple red. Couldn't do triple white in the last one for the same reasons. I think this card is probably slightly worse than the... I don't know, actually, maybe not. I mean, this card's incredible and constructed, but it's incredible in mono red constructed aggro. It's going to be annoying for sure. 1 damage is relevant, but it's probably less relevant without Soulscar mages to make it better. Most of the tokens seem to be 2/2s. I guess it would probably crush sapling decks, but 3 red is too expensive. I'm going to take the Sphinx. All right. Not too expensive as a card, but too expensive to commit that way for us. So we're staying open. Artificer's Assistant was fucking annoying. We lost a game to it. Sergeant Arms is a okay 3-drop blue-green duel. It's a pretty damn good duel. I didn't realize the Hinterland Harbor, this type of duel was in this set. The rest of these are not exciting to me. I don't see... This is a solid 4-drop creature, but it has no synergy with anything we're doing. This is a card I might play in Constructed one day, maybe. You take the bird. I think I'm going to take the harbor. I want it for my set. All right. Dub, Elephant, Explorer, Thallid. Thalid's in the color we're almost certainly playing. It's pretty nice. Probably a little nicer in Fungal Infection. It's just a really solid 3-drop creature. Fungal Infection could have maybe been something too. Fungal Plot. Sacrifice a creature card from your graveyard. Create a 1/1 green sapperling token. That card's pretty good. I think we'll be taking that. This could be a black-green deck with a splash for blue. The Sphinx is a slow enough card that splashing blue for a 5-drop with Scry is decent. And someone picked up a blue-green dual land, chat. I don't know who that was, but I'm excited. Let's grab the Fungal Plots. Let's see if we can make that work. Antiquities of War is not the good one, unfortunately. We're looking to play black-green right now. I think Arbor Armament's pretty damn good. I don't mind this card. It's just a random 1/3 body. I don't think this card is playable. Op's okay. I'm going to take the Arbor Armament. Pierce the Sky as a flyer killer. Get to keep the card you draft? Yes, sir, indeed you do. I mean, it's beta, so they're going to wipe that, but for this current existing set. And honestly, like, if you guys... I think I get asked a fair number of times a day why I don't play Constructed, and the biggest reason why I don't play Constructed is it's really pain in the ass to build decks. And one of the reasons why it's such a pain in the ass to build fucking decks is to get your mana base covered, you have to craft rare dual lands, and lots of them. And the choke point on your cards, if you look at this, I have 11 mythic rare wild cards, 67 uncommon wild cards, and 52 common wild cards. Use wild cards to craft cards, and only 6 rare. So the choke point on all your decks for crafting decks is getting the fucking mana base out. Presumably, once you've hit the mana base for all the duels, you have a lot more options in terms of crafting decks, but at the moment, you can't do shit as a new player. And I put a lot of hours into this, and I'm still really restricted on lands. Sapper's okay. We're presumably going to be in green, so we might have other big creatures coming our way. It's playable. I don't see black cards in here. The Glider doesn't excite me. The Power Stone doesn't excite me. I think I'll take Pierce the Sky and probably not play it. Second Armament, we got a Big Worm, but Big Worm doesn't trample. This is no Colossal Dreadmaw. This is just a Big Worm. There's a lot of tokens here too, like Sapperling tokens and Knight tokens. There's a lot of ways to just chump block that. I think I might prefer a 5/5 Trampler over a 7/6 non-Trampler. I might prefer just a second fucking Arbor Armament. I like this card. I like the permanent token that comes out of it, and sometimes it kills me a flyer. I don't know. Don't think very much of this. I mean, it's okay. It's a 1/3 that sometimes does shit, but I compare that to like a Dryad Greenseeker and realize how sad that card is. Does a 4-copy restriction not apply to dual lands? Not in draft, it doesn't, but you're never going to get 4 and 4. So, I don't know between these. This versus this. I suspect this worm is kind of bad. I mean, maybe a 7/6 is big enough that it's relevant, but I think I'd rather the Trampler and probably not play either. And if I'm not playing either, I might just prefer another Armament. Am I playing 2 of these? It's a combat trick. I don't mind that. Sure. Let's get a better green creature. Third Armament. That's a little bit too many for me. Let's grab the Paladin. I don't want to play the card. Not very excited about these. The Compass, I guess. I'm not playing 2 Armaments and 2 Pierce the Skies. Presumably this is better than Pierce the Sky, but maybe not. Grab the Compass. Got a blue flyer for 1. I guess we're not stuck in green. If we could hedge a little bit. Don't want the Artificer. Same thought here. I don't like this card. Has some synergy with stuff. What happens if maybe chat knows this? If someone gets exiled while they have demonic vigor on them, do they come back? Or do they get exiled? Because it says when the enchanted creature dies. It doesn't say when it's placed in the graveyard. So presumably it comes back. Dying has to go to the graveyard. So it's just gone. So I couldn't like protect some like bomb with that. Oh, okay. So I'll take the Homerade for stuff. 2/3 creature. I think this is a potentially reasonable green creature. I still prefer to be green than blue because I think Fungal Plots is one of the stronger cards we have. We have more blue cards, but I don't think their strength is very high. So I'll pick the Protector up. And another blue. Didn't look like the bots wanted blue there. Eldest Reborn, you say? Is there anything that can tempt me otherwise? Nope. Card is fucking nuts. Sure. Territorial Allosaurus. I really like this card. It's kind of a green creature that we're excited about. Got an Acolyte over there, which is decent for this deck. The Lance I'm not that excited about. With this deck, the shield's pretty bad. Well, it's pretty cheap. Was it always this cheap? 2/1? It might have always been that cheap. I'm grabbing the Allosaurus, though. It's just a good card. Okay. Don't know what this card does. Look at the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of lands and or legendary permanent cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest in your... That's terrible. So we have no legendary cards at all. So we could just pull lands out and discard all the cards along the way, which doesn't make any sense at all. Like if you're just pulling lands, maybe I could see casting that one day. Oh, and it's a legendary sorcery, which means I have to have a legendary creature in play to cast it, or a legendary something in play. This is pretty unexciting. Got a Feral A-Bomb as maybe something late game, a Drudge Skeleton as a mana sink if we are on the defensive. The Journey Mage isn't that bad, and I could actually probably splash that still if I want to go blue-green splash. Green's not... I mean, I was going to say green's not looking that great, but actually the Territorial Allosaurus plus the Fungal Plots, maybe it is. That's tough. It's between these. With maybe that. Maybe between these three. Yeah, so I don't know if I want to splash blue, though, as a third. I mean, I'm going to splash it for the Sphinx, but I don't know that I want 2 or 3 cards. This is definitely a higher power card than these. I don't know if I'd call the Drudge decent. It's like a particularly bad reassembling skeleton. He's more expensive. He does have a higher power, but his ability is worse. It's not like once he's in your graveyard, you can pop him back when you want. So I think it's between the A-Bomb and the Journey Mage. I don't love 6 for a 5/5 Death Touch. I think the Journey Mage, I'm a bit worried we're going to run out of playables at this rate. Both the Shepherd and the Migration have good synergy with their deck. Blink of an Eye is solid, but probably not going to be something we can play. I don't want the wall. Migration is 2 for 2 or 4 for 6. It's not bad. What's the Sapphire? It's just a body and a 1/1. I think, God, the Saphir's got to be better than the Migration, right? This is 2 1/1s. This is a 2/2 and a 1/1 for 3. This has got to be a better card, right? I mean, we get a little bit more stuff with that. I think it's got to be the Sapphire. That's close. I don't know though. I don't know if one of those is better than the other. Fall of Thran. I hate that card. Stewie, you're always telling me this card's great, but I hate that card. This pack is really bad for us in black and green. I don't want to pierce the sky. I don't really want this. You return another target historic permanent you control to its owner's hand. We could bounce. We could use Guardians to bounce Eldest Reborn after we've made them sacrifice a creature, guys. What do you think of that combo? Sacrifice a creature. Oh, we're going to do it again in a moment. Fiery Intervention still there. I think it's got to be better than Drudge Sentinel, right? Let's grab it. Let's live the dream. I don't know if we're going to play that, but it's a dream. Syncopate, Weight of Memory, another Sentinel, a Confessor. I don't mind Confessors. I also don't mind Voltaic Servants. This is midway through pack 2, though, and our deck's not looking great. Have no 2-drops. How am I on 4-drops? Not so great either. It's tough. I think the Confessor is a better card than the Servant, but this might fill our early game curve and let me pick something better later. I'm going to grab the Servant. Sparring Construct, Blink of an Eye, Precognition, Llanowar Scout. Well, I wanted that early game. Let's grab another one. Thorn Elemental. That's the type of creature I might like right now. Oh man, up against Mammoth Spider. I think we're taking that Thorn Elemental though. This is a big dude that we want in a green deck to do something. See if Endewolf. 5 keys left. Thanks, man. I probably won't give any more giveaways today. I think we're taking the Thorn Elemental. I hate that it's up against a Mammoth Spider. It'd be nice to have some stuff for that. Do I want a Dredge Sentinel or another Llanowar Scout? I don't love this card, but I think I'm going to take another one over a Dredge Sentinel. I haven't seen any reason to play Dredge Sentinel yet. What other color are we? Oh, another Worm or another Armament or the Shield of the Realm. I mean, we have some 4/2s that makes them 4/4s. That's not too bad. The Worm doesn't seem great. We've got a big dude. Do I want a 7/6 big dude? Has no synergy with what we're trying to do. Kind of like the shield. They don't really help us ramp though. If this card is like worse than a fucking Llanowar, the 1/3 that taps for a green mana in the current set right now. Shield's pretty bad, but so are the Scouts, man. Or so is the Worm. It's just a 7/6 body. I mean, a 7/6 body is a 7/6 body, but is Flight awful? Yeah, Flight's a pretty awful card. I'm a bit worried about our mid game, and I could see this being a fucking annoying card to deal with if we have some creatures that stall for us. Drafting Shield. Feral Abomination, sure, that's a better big dude in my opinion than the Worm. I don't want these cards. I don't want the Dredge Sentinel. Either of them. Alright, so what do we have here? We've got a Mammoth Spider, it's exciting. We've got another Paladin. The blue's not particularly good for us. Flame's a good card. But we've got Torgar, Famine Incarnate. That has some serious synergy with Saproings. We're going to grab that guy and try to remember that he can heal me. We've learned that lesson. Taking that. It's a much better Worm too, isn't it, Sui? Ooh. So this became good. This card's pretty fucking nuts. When I first started playing it, I didn't understand how it worked, but man, up against Cast Down. Oh, that card's fucking hard. This is a hard one. So when he enters the battlefield, may exile target historic card from your graveyard. Sure, we don't have a lot of those. But what actually happens is you pay 4, tap it, remove the top card off your library, and then you can play that. So it essentially is a draw card. Bailiff's good too, but this is a draw engine to sink mana into in the mid game. I don't think I can get away from Cast Down. I think this is really close, but I think Cast Down is probably better. Particularly worried about flyers. And look who just showed up. I don't know about this though. Do we want a Rona or do we want a Thorn Elemental? Ah, fuck. Just had 2 options for Ronas. Alright, I mean, let's look at our playables. We're not playing Dredge Sentinels. Probably not playing the Sphinx. I mean, the Journey Mage. You love the Juggernaut. I know you love the Juggernaut, Sui. You're a crazy man. I don't want a Juggernaut. Already have 2 big guys. Yeah, we do. You don't even see Thorn Elemental in there, huh? I don't know. I mean, this card says, you know, kill it on the first attack or risk dying. Like, they can't chump block this, right? This is trample. Actually, why isn't that just trample? Because I don't have, it's better than trample. It's trample plus, right? Oh, I almost clicked that on accident. That Thorn Elemental might come around again. I want to play with Rona. It feels like this is probably one of our win conditions. Drop the fucking Thorn Elemental down and just beat them to death with it. It's very slow. Probably not playing Guardian, even though the Eldest Reborn trick with that would be hilarious. I think one Rona comes back. We're not playing against players. No one's going to hate draft. Rona's not sexy. Exile target historic card from your graveyard. Does that include? Oh, that includes fucking Eldest Reborn. That's a historic card, right? Holy shit. Let's just take Rona and just Eldest Reborn them to death. Alright. Let's do that. That synergy seems really good to me. Another Sapwood is really good. Spore Swarm is pretty damn good too. Both of these have extreme synergy with their deck. Our 3s are looking a little light too. Our 4s are looking bad. How is Rona good? You still have to pay for it. It's targeted recursion and draw for mana sink mid game. The card's amazing. I don't know here is the answer. I think both of those are playable. Yeah, it's kind of a trick. It's true. It's 3 Sapperlings as opposed to 2. Maybe we took the other one last time. This is probably a little bit better than... I could try that. Try the Spore Swarm. We've got one of the other ones to see how it treats us. Untamed Kavu. Giant Growth. Ancient Animus. Fighting is less impressive than Rabid Biting. Fighting kills your creatures a lot. I don't love that card. We do have one legendary. We have 2 legendary creatures. We could save this till we cast Torgar and then have it fight their creatures forever. Kind of like this card. Could play it early if I have to, or I play it for 5 and it's a 5/5 Vigilance Trample. It seems really good to me. I really like kicker effects too. I think they're amazing. Fungal Infection is good here. Gift of Growth. Whatever on the Gift of Growth. I think I'd rather the Fungal Infection. Okay. What colors are we playing again? Black, green, and blue. I have a shield. This card's better with Shield of the Realm. Could take the land, but I'm worried about our... I don't want colorless in this deck when we have a fair amount of blue splash. I think I'm going to take the Protector. Lingering Phantom, I think is unnecessary. This card actually helps us fix our mana and is actually a 3-drop. I think this is a pretty solid one. I think it's better than Phantom. We have big guys already and some recursion a little bit. Nature's Spiral. God, I kind of want a Nature Spiral fucking Eldest Reborn. And play that. I wanna have a game where I Eldest Reborn them 3 times. Play it once, Rona it, and then Nature Spiral it. I think I'm taking that. Venturous Impulse is a thing too, though. Do we? I mean, we have this brings back removal too. I think I'm gonna play this. Oh, it's target permanent. Fuck. It's well, that is a permanent. What are the permanents? So I can't pull all my... I thought it was just any card. So I can't pull my removal back. But it's any permanent. Huh? Calm down there, Satan. Oh man, my true name hasn't been revealed on stream yet. Gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. All right, I'm gonna take Spiral. Antiquities War. Pierce the Sky. Not playing it. Armored Explorer. Divest. It's not even bad. Taking Divest. Take another Divest. Don't think we're playing him. So it'll be a little bit of a weird deck to mess with. Take the Befuddle. We're not playing it. Take the Scholar. Okay. Alright, deck is a little low on playables. Have more mana fixing if we want with a Compass too. Throw that in. As cards we're not playing, but we're going to put in there so we can look cool when we remove them. That's how I think about that card. Alright, so wasn't there a card in here that we're not playing? Yeah, you. Scholar's not getting played. Journey Mage is questionable right now. Let's take a look at cutting some cards. Do I need the double armament? How are we on creatures? That's a good question. 16 creatures. It's going to be tough to cut creatures right now. We don't want to cut creatures. Will you let me interact with my deck game? Thank you. So we've got some shitty creatures. These scouts are ramp if you're lucky. And just bad otherwise. Our goal is to kill them using Eldest Reborn, Thorn Elemental, and Torgar. The Sphinx is basically our only flying creature and our only flying blocker. Could see why I was... I mean, is Armament really better than... I mean, it's a 1 mana as opposed to 2 mana for the Plummet. Is Plummet sorcery or instant in this one? Or whatever it's called, Pierce the Sky. I mean, 7's good. It's not the damage, but the indestructible stuff becomes a problem. Cut Divest. Divest might grab me flyers. Yeah, and cut Compass. I put it in there so I could cut it and look good. Nice. I don't think we need the Servant. If we've got the Scouts, and the Scouts probably fulfill that role just a little bit better. We have no other artifacts that we care about that tap, so that's not a relevant effect. I don't think we have anything that triggers off Historics either, besides this dude. Yes, Divest is awful in the late game. Probably don't need 2 of them. I need to be... Oh, I don't want to cut creatures, though. Alright, let's cut the Divest. I am very not excited about Cabal Paladin. I mean, I guess we have a couple legendaries. 1, 2, 3, 4 if we put that back in as a historic. 5 with the shield. Yeah, an Omnivore would have been nice for sure. How's the curve itself look? Guardian in. I think the Guardian's a little greedy. Maybe we don't need double armament. I like the 1/1 token on it. It means we can combat trick when it's not just flyers. This is a combat trick only for flyers. These are solid as fuck. That's questionable. These are all very solid. That's questionable, but it's another creature. I don't really want to drop creatures. If I do drop creatures, the Academy Journey Mage is looking that way. What are we at right now? We need 3 more. Yeah. Is fungal infection better or worse than armament for us? We never ended up getting any synergy out of our stuff. I mean, we can draw, I suppose, with fungal plots. I think think it might be Divest again. And it might be the Armament. Just want to be able to kill flyers. You cut the shield and the Paladin. I don't think I can afford to cut more creatures, Sui. I don't think I'm cutting shield. I think it's a value card in a deck that has no draw. Wish I had a couple Mammoth Spiders. Draft is this? It's all Dominaria. Swarm is creatures, plots is creatures. Well, it's kind of true. I guess I have not. That's a good point. That is definitely creatures. Plots is kind of creatures. Two more. I'm pretty excited about Nature's Spiraling the Eldest Reborn. Like, really excited about it. Maybe we could get rid of the Journey Mage. We have no wizards. It's always going to be a 5 mana cost bounce. Seems not that great. My 4 slot is too big. It's bigger than a 4, mate. I think it's actually probably fine. Again, the creatures that I'd consider cutting here. Yeah, I think Journeyman's too, but I'm worried about my creature count, so it's hard for me to cut more creatures here. I don't know that I need three combat tricks like this. I guess Fungal Infection's kind of a 1/1 for 1/2. That sometimes gets me better value. So maybe the creature count's a little higher than it looks. There's 3 cards in here that are essentially creatures, so it's really 17 creatures right now. Maybe I can get away with 1 more. Okay. Probably one of these dudes. What gets me more value? The Paladin? How many legendaries do we have right now? Historics do we have? We've got Shield of the Realm, Rona, Eldest Reborn, and Torgar for 4. Doesn't seem that great. I think I'd rather kill their flyers. Would you rather a Paladin or a Protector? The deck is primarily green too. I think I'd rather a Protector, I think. Okay. All right. So I am still quite worried about the number of answers to flyers. If we get just wrecked by flyers once or twice, we're probably throwing Pierce the Sky and maybe dropping shield for it or something. I'm worried about our ability to do anything with flyers. A little worried about our creature count. We ended up drafting a lot of cards we didn't play. I mean, look how many blue cards we ended up with. Let's go fix our land and go take a look. What is this one going to be called? Big Brother, I think, for our Eldest Reborn. And I want a Big Brother 3 times in a game if I can. And how are we on colors? Am I okay with 3 sources of blue? I think I am. I think that's enough. 10 sources of green and 5 sources of black is too low. So we need to drop green sources, at least 1. This is looking 14, 17. I think that's okay. Eldest Reborn. I think it's called... Maybe we can do better in Big Brother. What do you think? Born Again? Yeah. Born Again. All right. Might be an 18 land deck. No. No, I don't think so. I'm not sure there is a such thing as an 18 land deck anymore. So I'm a little concerned. This is 9 sources of green. I want my black 6. Most of our early game is green, with the exception of the Thallid. Okay. This is the double black. It'd be nice to play that every once in a while, though. Do I just want 8 green? Elf's not a green source. Elf is a joke. Not even sure I'm playing this. Oh, right. I have a Envoy. That's right. Yep, that's fair, I guess. Okay. Swap Scout for Voltaic. No, I do hope one day to actually ramp off this. Let's get a game in here. Back in just a second, guys, and we'll get our first game. Right, let's get good. Let's get our first game.